And, I mean, they make a legit award show out of it, right? I mean, everybody...
it's full on.
Everybody gets dressed up, like in tuxedos, right?
High quality production.
Red carpet.
And during the day, there is an expo where the fans can go. So, like, during the day at the Oscars, they don't have, which they should do, they don't have, like, a big display with all the movies, and you can meet the stars.
That'd be awesome.
Would be a great idea. And that's what a lot of the fans do, is they don't want to go to the actual award show. They go to the expo, get their picture taken, get souvenirs. And this is not part of the AVN Awards. Friday afternoon, I'm walking around to the expo, looking to talk to porn stars. And who do I see? But mother effing Chet Hanks!
Chet Hanks!
Yeah, bitch, that's me. Put respect on my name. Next time you see me.
What?
White boy summer. Got your favorite Instagram, bitch. DM in a number.
Chet Hanks.
Chet Hanks. I look over.
You wouldn't expect a guy like that to be at an event like this.
Yeah, that's a total shocker.
Yeah,
Chet Hanks.
No way.
So I walk up, and he's not with an entourage at the time. He's just walking around looking at the displays and stuff. So I walk up to Chet and I said, "Hey, Chet, can I talk to you about your experience at the AVN Awards?" And he said to me, "No thanks, I'm not doing interviews."
Doing press.
What the heck?
Damn it.
But he did. A couple of my friends were there. He was taking photos with people.
Yeah.
He was looking very buff.
Yeah, he's
rocking
ripped.
body.
He's like a rocking body. Judging by he might want to cut back on the juice because he's a little.
Little too buff?
Two?
Well, no, it's just like there's skin issues you
Does
get.
he have pimples and stuff?
Yeah, really?
So maybe that's why he didn't want to do an interview.
I mean, yikes.
But he was nice to me, and I had dinner with him that night. Which I mean, I sat next to him at the food court later that evening.
Oh, sweet.
Food court.
That's where all the big deals eat, you know?
Yeah,
sure.
At the food court, he was there with his bros.
At the food court.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
It was. Excuse me. Chet Hanks in person.
No way.
I can.
You got to talk to him.
For 2 seconds.
Seabass was there talking to the adult stars about their worst day on the job.
And we'll start with Kelly Styles. She's does a lot of cam girl work, and one of the things you can do when you're a cam girl, and I know this now, is they try to get you to go private with them. That means a one-on-one conversation. And depending on the platform you're on, you as the user can turn on your camera, so you could be face-to-face talking to the lady.
Hot.
And that's what happened to Kelly here.
All right.
One time I had a guy take me to exclusive, which means he's paying me $15.99 a minute. And he took a dollop of mayonnaise, slapped it down on the leather couch, and stuck his bare butt on it and like wiggled it around.
He just wanted you to see that.
Yep. He was like, "Oh, it's stinky." And I was like, "Oh." And I just watched him.
What?
Hey,
How does that excite him?
dude, some of you are making $15 an hour. She's making $16 a
$16
minute.
a minute to watch a guy sit in mayo.
I'll tell you what it is,
I'll
man.
do it.
A lot of dudes are into
What a
that
world.
humiliation thing.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
forget
yeah.
about that.
And so
For $16 a minute, I would totally do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but-
Sit on mayo and just rub your ass
Oh,
around.
I mean, whatever the person on the other side wants me to do.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Shame them all day.
So how does she react, Kelly?
All right.
Why do you think it was stinky?
Probably because his ass got it all hot.
Did this man rubbing his butt on his mayonnaise-covered couch, did that arouse you?
Absolutely. He was paying me. Money arouses me.
Oh, yeah.
You
It wasn't
just
that.
saw
It was
it
the
happen
money.
with
I
Greg.
hear you.
Yeah,
That's what he's been saying.
Yeah, who cares? You watch a dude smear his butt in
Is that
there.
her? Hold the picture.
Oh, yeah,
back.
Kelly. She's from Texas. She's got pink hair. Has a couple of very small nose rings on the side, Greg.
Yeah, and a lip ring.
Yeah, trashy.
Jeez. Again, Kelly
I'm
Styles.
sure she's a nice girl, but
She
sounds nice.
Very
yeah,
sweet, friendly.
Not for me. I would not pay her $16 a minute.
I don't think I'd pay anybody on earth $16 a minute.
So our next lady that we talked to at the AVN Porn Awards is Daddy May. And okay, if you're looking her up, there's 2 Y's and an extra E. So DADDYYMAEE.
A woman named Daddy.
Right. Well, see,
Daddy.
a boy named Sue, Ravy.
Gotcha.
She's kind of doing that like that petite Ariana Grande cheerleader thing, and she's talking about a time where she showed up and something odd happened.
All right.
There was one time I showed up at a client's home, and I did not know that he still lived with his mother. And she opened the door, and she was like, "Oh my God, lovely to see you, lovely to meet you." I was in complete awe and shock. I didn't even know how to introduce myself.
What is a client's home? What does that mean? Like massage client? What is that?
So I am a dominatrix. His father was also sitting on the couch. He said, "Hello, nice to meet you." He thought I was beautiful.
Oh, babe.
That's sweet.
Dude.
Got a polite father, He's got a relationship with his parents.
Really nice. Just
unlike
living
her.
with the folks.
I'm sure.
Does this chick have security? She's like 4'11", showing up to randos' houses.
I don't think she does.
Oh my God.
But I
She's
get
petite.
Yes, but I what's going on?
Yeah.
And, like as parents, how are you enabling your son?
I mean,
What's he telling him?
I mean, maybe it's one of those things where the parents, I see.
they know their son's a loser.
Yeah, like this poor guy, we got to get him laid.
Yeah,
this kid's got
whatever.
nothing going on.
Do you leave the house for an hour? Maybe.
Yeah,
I would hope.
definitely.
Yeah.
At least let him have the.
I would
fantasy.
not leave her
So
alone
weird.
in my house,
No.
even with my son.
She
Oh,
should
yeah?
be
Even if
worried.
I was okay with the son doing this,
She should
I'm not
be
leaving them
mega
alone
worried.
in the house. I'm probably going to set them up like at a hotel. Or if I'm going through, that, or I know about that, I'd rather set them up at a hotel. Keep that out of my house.
Dad, I want a
That's a good
dominatrix.
Yeah, like a dominatrix session in the house. No
Take it
thanks.
somewhere.
Well, let's go into what that session entailed.
All right.
When you show up to a client's house, you probably have a lot of equipment, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. I had a suitcase full of stuff, a paddle, a mask for him, and all. We did the session in his basement. I tried my best to be quiet, but hey.
Oh, yeah, leather whips are usually pretty loud, right?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I also had this rubber one. Makes a pretty good crack.
And his parents just stayed upstairs in the living room?
Yep, I didn't hear no knocks. I didn't even hear feet. I guess they were enjoying the show.
They loved it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe the parents had cameras down there.
That's so weird.
Right, yeah. They're just upstairs watching the show.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty
He was
good.
really working that whip.
Hi-ya.
That's disturbing.
Hi-ya.
Look at that, honey.
Didn't turn out so bad.
That's bizarre.
All right, so Seabass is at the Adult Video News Awards, the Oscars of porn, talking to these adult performers about their worst day on the job.
Our next lady is Jade Valentine. Also a petite lady, has that little pixie cut, very small, sort of an ingenue type. And she talks about a session that was going well until a strange request happened.
So I got there, and basically, the original idea was to tie this other girl up and play with plugs, which is fine. And so I did that for a while, and then I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and the plan had totally changed. Someone had made a joke about putting gummy bears in her, and the director said, "I like that idea, let's do it." And they wanted me to eat them, but I said no, and I just caught them in my hands instead.
Oh, okay.
What a random request.
What a break.
And clean, hygienic.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea.
Gummy bears are delicious.
I've seen some of that kind of stuff in a strip club.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
I've seen it with like a lollipop. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gimenez.
Oh, yeah.
Gummy bear is a little
Yeah, gummy
softer.
bear.
And actually, that's something that Jade Valentine learned about.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, also, don't worry about them like getting lost or anything because they just melt right away. That's what I found out is when they came out, they were like half melted because you're so warm.
Wasn't that the credit scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Where he's sitting there, he's like, she's like, girl's like, you want a gummy bear? It's been in my pocket all day. It's warm. It's soft.
That's a callback
I
right there.
do not
You remember that?
I don't.
Like, a whole day of getting his ass kicked by Ferris, the principal who's just hell bent on busting Ferris.
Right.
He's now, because he's like, walking down the street, the bus driver
Oh,
sees
yeah.
him,
Yeah, he's a
and he
total
gets
mess.
on, total mess, gets on the bus, and he's sitting next to the loser girl who nobody wants to sit next to. That's where the open seat is. And she's offering him a gummy, in a gesture of being kind, offering him a gummy bear that she's had in her pocket. It's very warm and soft.
I'm now picturing it, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's a throwback.
It is.
That's a throwback.
I'm glad she addressed what I was wondering. Like, if she had gone through the gummy bears, you're not getting those back.
Yeah, only 7 came out. We put 10 in there.
Right.
Only 7 came out. What the hell happened?
That's so weird.
All right, so talking to these adult stars about their worst day at work at the AVN Awards.
And this girl, Sarah Ryder, SERARYDER, she ran up to me and also very small, petite. She looks sort of like the lady who works down the hall here, Ani.
Oh,
she-
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And she was talking to me, like she was saying, she wanted to talk about how she got into the adult business. Because I know a lot of you ladies out there are thinking, well,
Right.
Yeah, I
could
can
wanna
do
do
that.
one of
I
them.
want to do a gummy bear stuff.
$16 an hour to watch a guy sit on mayonnaise?
Dude, I'll do that all day.
Rub his ass on it?
Apparently, it's just this easy.
All right.
I used to sell cars, and one of the girls that I worked with, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do phone sex to make some extra money," and I was like, I could do that. I could do phone sex.
Wait, oh, you think you have a sexy voice?
No, but I was like, I could do something like that. So I tweeted just like, hey, does anyone know how to do sex work? And an agent saw it and like recruited me that way.
Wow.
You just shout out that question.
Well, she could be my favorite so far, just looking
Me
at her.
too.
Right?
Yeah, she's cute.
I'd go
brunette,
straight for her.
petite.
I didn't see the other one. The other one that you said that was like the
Yeah, she's
Danny
cheerleader
May.
one.
Here she is.
Danny May.
Danny May. She's more of a like Ariana Grande. They're similar.
Yeah, no, this
Sarah Ryder.
this Sarah Ryder is way better.
It's funny, actually. Sarah Ryder came up to me, like tried to hug me.
Yeah.
She said, I've been here all day talking to all these creepers. I need to talk to a real man."
Oh wow. Okay.
Was she blind?
Well,
exact
Did you-
quote.
Not quite exactly.
Did you get on tape?
That's cool.
Not quite exactly. She said,
Blind chicks in
And so
porn.
you just happen to be the closest?
Well, I was wearing a nice suit at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
She said, "Hey, it's person after person. She just wanted a little break, actually."
Yeah. All right. So that's how it started.
And so I bring this up to Sarah. I hear that, and there's alarm bells going off in my head. So I asked her about that.
If you put something on Twitter, hey, I'm looking for a porn agent, I imagine a lot of those folks might not be on the up and up.
No, I'm so grateful because, like, hindsight, it was very stupid to go, like, meet with
Hindsight.
some stranger 2 hours away from my house to suck.
Right.
Yeah, you think?
Now that I look back on it,
That might have been dumb.
In retrospect,
Seemed like a
Not
good
the
idea at the
safest.
time.
going out of his
apparently-
way to a stranger's house just to, with,
Yeah.
and I heard this from a number of women I talked to. Apparently, the like legit porn agents, they will have a roster of other clients, and they'll give you their numbers, and you FaceTime with those girls and say, "Hey, who's this guy? How does he treat you? Et cetera,
Right.
et cetera."
But why would you trust, the people that he's telling you about? Of course, they're going to say nice things.
Well, yeah, could it be a Ghislaine Maxwell situation?
I could,
Right.
I could see
Exactly.
like going and finding other people who, like for their credits or whatever, and then reaching out to those people like, hey, tell me about this guy,
Yeah.
just randomly.
Exactly.
So
Of
nowadays,
course, like anybody, like I always thought it was a dumb thing when you're applying for a job. Like, can you provide references? Yeah, I'm gonna give you someone who's gonna say like I'm terrible,
Right, exactly.
awful worker,
Lazy.
Right.
lazy. Yeah,
It's mostly just my friends that I'm giving references.
exactly.
So does traditional porn, for lack of a better term, still exist where they actually go to a studio?
Yes.
And then how do they?
What?
How do
you
they
just-
make money? Like
Yeah.
how do they?
How's it a money-making
Well,
thing?
there are a large subset of guys who still pay for porn.
Yeah,
Those
but
are
it
guys
goes
who-
online. There's like
Oh,
because
so you
you
can
bring
just
up
buy the whole thing as opposed to clips or whatever.
because if you bring up like YouPorn or any of those sites or whatever, they're always trying to get you to sign
Sponsored
up
by
for
Yeah.
whatever the
Brazzers.
channel is. Oh, you like this channel?
Right.
Vivid.
Yeah, MILFs are us or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's still
they're-
money in it.
Yeah,
And that's
apparently.
apparently Sarah. So this is again her first time. She just put a feeler out on the internet.
Yep. Now she's
Show-
going to some stranger's house 2 hours away to suck a D. And,
Well, let's see how that ended for her.
all right.
I drove 2 hours. I was signing the paperwork, shaking like a chihuahua. I was so scared. And then we went upstairs. I sat on the bed. I'm just in like a little bra and like a tiny little skirt. And he turned the camera on and brought me a and I turned into a freak. I just started having a grand old time.
Hopefully you've given some young ladies some courage.
Yes, hopefully. Hey, if you feel like you could be a slut, try it out.
Yeah, try.
Just go for it.
Just try it.
There's a slogan for you.
Oh yes.
Dude, she's inspirational.
Oh, that's
she's funny.
so funny.
Not only is she the cutest one so
So,
far,
yeah.
she's also the funniest.
She's great.
yeah, I like her a
Outgoing,
lot, yeah.
cute, loves sea bass. Apparently is a voracious person when you turn the camera on.
Yeah, a
All right.
freak.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, then we'll come back. There's still a couple more people to talk to.
Yeah, I've got some other characters. These are not necessarily porn stars, but other people in attendance to give you more of a feel of what the AVN Awards is
The
like.
vibes.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do. And really, what else are the AVNs about than other getting a feel?
And hanging out with Chet Hanks.
Right.
Oh, God.
So we
Lucky.
got that for you next on The Woody Show. Hang on.
When we return, find out what